Picture yourself swimming in an ocean. This is the ocean of peace. The water keeps you easily afloat. Smell the sea air. Hear the rush of wind across the water. Listen to the surges of the ocean as the waves roll and then break into sparkling surf nearby. Enjoy the sensation of swaying, rising and falling with the moving water. Feel the silkiness of your skin and the warmth of your body as your temperature adjusts to the surrounding water. Dive down and take yourself safely below the surface. Look around you as you sink slowly down, gently turning yourself to take in the beauty of the underwater world. A school of tiny fish swims near you, darting left then right in perfect unison, revealing vivid colors as they turn one way, then another. Let yourself sink further down, down, deeper down. Take in the beauty of exotic plant life. Deep sea tendrils curling and uncurling. Enjoy drifting weightlessly. Ahead of you is a vision of light. From high above, the rays of the sun are reaching down to the ocean bed. Shafts of sunlight illuminate the water, and tiny particles like magic dust hover and swirl in and out of pillars of light. Move yourself into the light. Absorb the life-giving energy into your body, into your soul. Floating weightlessly in the ocean. Taking in the watery sun's energy. feeling calm and peaceful. Soon it will be time to return to the activity of the surface. So rest here a while, floating, immersed in the still, silent water. Enjoy the tranquility of the ocean of peace. Feeling refreshed and ready to carry on with your day. Gently take yourself back upwards, up and up towards the activity on the surface. You can sense the movement of the waves just above you now. Through the water you can see the sky and the clouds above you. And you can hear the sounds of the world you are about to re-enter. Bring yourself back up to the surface waves, feeling peaceful and revitalized. And let the waves carry you back to the shore. Take in a deep breath of fresh air and slowly open your eyes.
Auntie, welcome back. How did your Diwali weekend go? Pretty good? That's good. So I thought today, we attended a funeral today, so well, me myself, so I was thinking, so I thought tonight will be about fear. I was thinking, because it's such a deep, deep part of our soul, you know, goes so many memories, so many births, going all the way back, and it's recorded in every sort of little cell of our past births. So we bring that through many types of different fears, isn't it? Like of lifetimes of, you know, religions and cultures and families and experiences, you name it. So we have, you know, fear. We don't want to lose our job. We don't want to become sick. You know, we want everything to be pretty cruisy. But unfortunately, we've set up this amazing programs way back there. So in the days when we didn't have much to do, there's not so much programming then, but it might have been we were starving to death in a few births, and some few births we were kings and queens and wealthy people, and so you get all varieties because the soul is here for experiences through the human, you know. So the human is here just to experience through. Some people think this is the be all and end all, but it's not. But it's an important part, of course, the human part. And that's the special part now, that once we discover ourselves, then their spiritual, so-called spiritual journey finishes. So there's no end to a spiritual journey. So it never ends. So we've been on it for thousands of years, probably, on the spiritual journey to how to get home. That's why all religions were established, created, especially since we started having sorrow, basically. But we didn't have a word for God. As I said the other day, there was no word for God first half of the cycle. And probably in the early Copper Age too, they just agreed on calling God like the point of light or something like that. Everyone had a different name. But fear comes, along with the body. So, and it comes from the mind, actually. So the mind is pulling information from the soul and then projecting it down into the body, into the human and its experiences. So, and that's how the body controlling them. The mind is controlling the body, So you're having some fear, that people get the shakes and people get all sorts of diseases and mind problems, and because the mind's controlling you. And if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, which we set the mind up, by the way, and then the mind says, oh, then I'll give you some aches and pains, and you're not doing what I'm telling you, you're going your own way, and that's not what you programmed for me to save you, So, and that's what it's doing, and that's why we get so many aches and pains and everything, because we've programmed the mind to control me, the human. Soul is there just observing it, doesn't do anything. It's just you having experiences, but because we have this mind to play around with, and we're thinking, I can do great things, but I'm still trapped in this mind, It's like a prison that goes forever, You can go to the moon and back if you want, but you're still trapped in your mind, No matter what you're educated with, no matter what, So, and all this is programming to do with the mind, and this is where we're at now. Fear is in, like, we've got 40 trillion cells, and there's fear in every single cell, because that's what we brought through with us. And it's like we've had that, and it's no one's fault. It's just how it is, there's probably hardly a person in the world that doesn't have any fear, unless he's been highly trained. And usually you get those sort of people that are trained in armies, and they have special berets, and they go out killing people, and special missions that they don't care. They go through all that suffering, but here now we don't want to go through all that training. We've finished, so now we want to do it easy. So, because first thing we need to make a decision that I've had enough. I don't want any more. That's it. Once you say that's it, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of religions. I'm sick of war. I'm sick of everything. I just want free from all my family's picking on me. Whatever it is, relationships are terrible. I'm having my third divorce. So all these things, everyone get, when you can say I'm sick of it, I've had enough, then the soul go, great. Now we can get some done. That's when your spiritual journey finishes. Once you said I've had enough, you don't have to go searching anymore. Once you've said that's enough, I've had it. I'm giving up searching. I'm giving up everything. And the soul goes, wow, amazing. That's good. At last, we're about to get some contact, So, but that's the first step, So, but you've still got all this fear hanging in all every cell. But at least you've made that first step. Then the soul does things after that, So what happens is the soul creates an experience through the human, So, and that's what we're learning. So once you've made that first step to break away from this continuum, that's going on, birth after birth, same family, same karma, same problems, so you don't learn anything. You're just sick of it, wars, they come conquered, you get conquered, get robbed, you get everything. So all this has been going for thousands of years, so now we say, that's enough. I've had it. I'm just gonna, I don't care if you run me over and kill me, but you're just not going to do any more of that stuff that humans do anymore. And then you want to, because that's when the soul can start using what you need to learn, so you can come back to who you are. Who am I, And that's where the true consciousness of understanding that I am, I'm aware of I am. But because we've been so body conscious, stuck in this body thinking, I'm doing everything, I'm working hard, I'm looking after my family, blah, 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 I've got so much money in the bank, I'm so educated, and I'm so this, I'm so that. But actually doesn't mean anything to the soul. They're nothing that you probably have more benefit if you had a lifetime of hardship and you get run over by a truck or something. So it's not about, oh, everything's really cruisy. There's no benefit of the soul for that. What do you learn? Usually you learn a lot more from the darkness, when you're in a dark spot. Some people you can actually, it's quite funny really, but all the people that are teaching these days, when you go back into their childhood, they've had one hell of a childhood, they've been beaten up and really abused, and then they go through all this stuff, and then now they're all teaching about all this wonderful stuff. It's like all that past has come through, and then they've just had that distaste for everything, you see. Then they wake up. So this is the life, this is the time now that we're waking up. The whole of the humanity starting, you'll see the whole of humanity starting. You see, I just seen something the other day on I think YouTube or something. But anyway, they're starting to sing about, come, let's walk together. We're all waking up. The people are waking up. The people are waking up. I think, well, that's what we've been talking about. Now people just don't want any more wars. They're sick of all that stuff. You see, so that's the whole of humanity. That's a different energy. That's why this world is not going back to the way it was, because the consciousness of human beings has risen so much, because they're letting go of all this stuff, you see. So they're not becoming so-called like cannon fodder, they call it, isn't it? So they so-called people are sick of being used as just, it's only the people that stand up that can change the world, So people are waking up now. The consciousness is becoming so high that now nothing can go back again. So it's such an amazing time, this time to be alive. When you say I've had enough, but at the same time you're saying I want to live, but that's the second part to that. I've had enough, but then what? I want to live, but I want to live a life. So then the soul goes, great, now I can get you to do something. That's of value. So and all you got to do is nothing. That's a wonderful thing. You just have to be aware that I can allow anything to happen, but you don't have to do anything. And that's where we're teaching, through the course of the year or so, I've been teaching is about self-love. Once you start to love yourself, then the soul loves you, and you can love the soul from the heart, not from the head. That's why it's good to get out of your head, become mindless. That's our aim. That's why we need to go past all the mind games people are playing and trying to control me and drink my energy and, just abuse me, and usually through arguments. If you have an argument with someone, then they're drinking your energy and you're drinking it. It's just a horrible thing. Arguments just like that. And people are so-called sarcasm and all that sort of thing. It's all part of growing up, I know, but it's all, especially middle-aged people, sarcasm, because they're very experienced in life. And it comes through that, and it's not actually a good thing. But the thing is, but you can have fun with each other. That's different, But sarcasm is when you're trying to do something, make that soul less than you, But no one's less, because if whatever role I'm playing in the body today, that means I'm playing that role, but it's not who I am, is it? None of us are. We see everyone in the world. Some are poor people, some are rich people, some are in the war, some are doing all sorts of things, some are fishermen. They're all playing their part, but that's not who they are. They are the beautiful being. And this is what we've got to get this human, and I have to do it through the human, So the soul cannot connect directly to the human through, talking like you and I are talking, or I'm talking anyway. But the whole thing is like, you have to go through the heart. Soul has feelings, but the mind is in your head. It's like it'll say, "Oh, you're stupid," that's ridiculous. You can't do anything like that. That's how it's going to react, because it's losing control of you. You're saying, "I don't want any more to do." I'm out of my mind now. But when you know when you're out of your mind, you're in your imagination. So how does the imagination work? With light. So you get that from the soul. All the wisdom of your soul will then start to come into you, and that becomes the light body inside your human body. So not your mind. It won't have that. That's where the mind starts freaking out a bit, because it's got no control, because the soul directly with all your wisdom will come as light body inside the human, or even a light around the body, like an aura. So, but it's still a light. So you become the master of that wisdom. You become the master operating through the human. So instead of the human having to do it, the human will be in the back seat. So, and that's when the soul and the I am can use the human to experience the sunset. What does an ice cream taste like? How does love feel? How does families feel? How does watching the All Blacks feel? How does watching the Indian cricket team? So all those things, So, and that's what it that wants to experience it can only experience it through a human in this world. We're the only planet of all planets that experiences. So because we were together, then we have those. First was just they didn't have that love. They had experiences of friendship and qualities of good wishes and good feelings, but they didn't have that true love like we have here. We're the planet of love, but also the planet of war. So it's like two opposites, but many different dimensional beings come to try and learn about love. But it's something you have to experience through a human, isn't it? So. And once we've had that experience, when we leave the body, you take that experience with you. So the body actually it dies physically, but it still goes with you. You know what I mean? All your past births are still alive, just not physically, but they're in a different dimension. So that's the wonder. That's why now when our soul, which is the soul is now the soul that takes all our past births, has come out, and it's coming in as wisdom, and it becomes the light body. That's what the light body means. It means the wisdom of all your past births. So it's such a wonderful thing. Once you start, then you won't become dependent on anyone. You are the one loving yourself. You don't depend on anyone else to love you, because you don't need to. But you can have love all around you. But I mean, you're not dependent on anyone to give you love. You become free. But a lot of people don't like to become free. It's very tough. If you become free, you won't be dependent on anyone, So, and people don't realize how dependent we become on each other. You go to a funeral like we went today, and then you'll see how dependent people are on each other, and how much sorrow they have when they move on, and they've had this knowledge for a long time, a lot of BKs, so, and still they get upset, but that's something we have to learn, and that's all the fear thing that's stuck in our past births. You might have lost you might have been a woman in one birth, and you lost all your children, 2 or 3 children, and some have gone to war, and you've all been killed or something like that, so you're a mother, and even the husband's got killed in a war too, so you're left there stranded by yourself. So when a war comes, you have that fear that suddenly takes you over, you say, oh, well, I'm going to lose all my family again. But this time you might be a male, you see, and you were in a female when you experienced that, but then you want revenge, for that. So there all sorts of things come up, and so many things are there, but the thing is, now we want to know how to overcome, and that's where we use the imagination. It's like I was teaching the last few weeks about the imagination and light. As we let the light come through into our body and allow the soul, you don't have to do anything. You can't make any efforts like having an extra 10-hour yoga buddy to suddenly become enlightened. It doesn't work. It takes you further away of anything, but you just have to relax, put your feet up, have a nice cup of coffee, and allow it to happen. Take a deep breath. If you and then what happens? Just breathing, and being aware of your breath. Just breathe in that consciousness, and you'll feel, wow, that energy is going, because breath is consciousness, it's energy. And as we're doing that, then we can learn to let go of it. So as we're imagining, so you might have aches and pains on the body and all sorts of things going wrong. You might have a headache, and you accept that, okay, I'm in this body, I have this body, and it's got aches and pains, and I've got a headache, but we use the big word and, A and D. And I also have this perfect body over here that doesn't have any aches and pains and is absolutely in beautiful, fit, healthy condition. And this is the one I now want to be. I'm imagining, and it is. But if you think, and the mind might say, "Oh, don't be so stupid," But that's the sort of thing you've got to block out. Don't go into the mind. You have to go that from the heart. Imagination comes from the heart, which is light, and you use your imagination to see that beautiful, healthy body, and you choose which one do I want. You can have both. You can be sometimes in this body that's achy, and sometimes in this healthy body, and eventually you can choose to live in both, off and on. So, and it doesn't happen straight away. It takes a little bit but as you think, that's it. You don't go back and say maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. You just believe it is, because it's coming from your soul, and the soul can create for you anything you want, anything. But because we don't believe it, we have these fears deep within us that we don't believe that's possible. We've probably been burnt at the stake a few times in our past birth. So whatever, or hung, chopped up, whatever it is, for believing some sort of religious thing, because we would have been doing all sorts of things. And so we've been witches and wizards and God knows what. And we just have a bit of excitement, At least there'll be something exciting to get burnt at the stake, I suppose. There wasn't much else going on. You were sick of religions, you thought, oh, I've got to do something else. But all the stuff is there in the soul. And so that's the thing. A lot of it comes up at night time, when you're sleeping. But you can't just block it out, or anything. You've got to go through it, and that's why you can have a friendship with, you might have a bird that you sit on a fly on, or an eagle or something, and then you can fly through it. So it's your friend, and it's going through, because nothing can harm you. You are the I am, which is the eternal. And when you keep going into the darkness, further and further into the darkness, into your darkness, then as you get through it all, and you are then free. And what you find down there is light and imagination. So that's who it is. But all this stuff will become free. All your fears will become free. And then you'll be able to truly create everything in reality. So whatever it is that you want, then will manifest, But you'll be doing it from wisdom. You won't be doing and wishing for things that's going to give you a hard time, People don't wish for all sorts of things. Oh, I want to win the lotto, But with the lotto is a lot of big headaches. You have to be very powerful to be able to not be affected if you win the lottery, something like that. But you could if you wanted to, but there's nothing that's unattainable. So, and that's what we're learning. So here we have to let go to reach that state that is free from fear. You have to go through the fear, you can't run away from it, and not to fear going through fear, That's why you can be friendly, have your friendly, eagle, or you're sitting on the back just going through, and but you have to understand nothing can harm you, nothing can touch you, because what we've created all these aspects of ourselves. And when I said there's some light ones, the grey ones, and dark ones, and the dark ones are the ones that will be attacking you and say, oh, you're useless, you don't deserve that body. I'm the one that deserves that, but it doesn't have a soul. It's your creation from maybe 10 births ago, and you wanted to know about the future, and you sent it away, and it wanted to come back. It's your child, we're trying to get back home too. And the thing is, it's trying to get back home. You think, oh, I'm being attacked by some ghost, but it's actually you. It's your own creation. So it just wants to come home, and you have to be learned to be a loving mother and father, But it thinks you don't deserve that body. I'm the one deserving that body. And that's where you have to take control back again, that I am the master of this body and of me. And the I am is now shining through me. So that'll free you from everything, but you'll have good days and bad days. Just because you're an enlightened master in this body doesn't mean you're free. You won't be flying around the room and walking on water. It just means that you'll be aware of everything. So, and you'll be able to live in this life any way you want. You won't have to go to work anymore, because you will be the master. But if you want to go to work, it's up to you, But everything will come to you. Everything. That's if you want it, But that's only just how it works. But if you think this is a whole lot of baloney, then it's like that's what it will be. So forget about it, just keep on doing what you're doing. But if you go deep into your darkness, and there's no such thing as darkness actually, because even if you turn off the light at night, have you ever tried it? Look, if you turn absolutely black room, you'll see that the walls will start to glow. Everything's light. I don't know if you've ever tried that. Have you ever been in a really dark room just by yourself and you're looking, you've got your eyes open, just after some time, you'll see that the walls and that will start shining because everything is actually energy. So there's nothing that's not light. So when you're going into a darkness, into the soul, it's actually light, actually. It's not, it's your wisdom, actually. You're going to find your wisdom in the darkness. And you have to understand that there's nothing that can harm you. So the I am, which is the consciousness and its awareness of who I am. That's why this body was created, so that the I am can experience everything of this world, because it's never experienced. It knows I am. I exist. I always have existed. I can never be anyone else other than I am. It will never know another I am. But through the human, we can get to know other I ams, all the other personality traits. Wonderful, isn't it? But the I am will never get to know another I am, because it's just so independent, can't change. It's always perfect in every way. So, but our soul can become corrupted in the sense only through, if you're constantly killing everybody every birth and they're killing you, I mean, that soul's full of those energies, isn't it? So when you're a born child, when you're even a little baby, you'll be looking for your guns and knives and forks, so whatever it is to kill people with. So little babies are born, and some you'll see born so beautiful, they're such wonderful. They might be having their first birth, or new births, but maybe they've had some good lives. They've decided many births ago, I've had enough. It wants to start to live a good life. A different life that wants to be its own master soul. So souls come to this earth to experience, and especially at this time where light is needed. A lot of people become enlightened in the old days, and they used to just leave the planet, and just go to the next realm, to the next dimension of carry on living. But now they're trying to get everyone to stay because the world needs light. And that's why this big shift is such a change. It was about 100 years ago they called out for the universe for people to come at this time that have been here before, and to become enlightened at this time, to bring light. So, and you can see there's like from 70 years ago till now, huge shift and change in consciousness of the humanity. So much stuff we've been through, isn't it? And now it's so wonderful, and it's so exciting now at this time. So we're going to get more exciting soon. It's only starting to warm up. We'll see what happens this weekend with the elections, and then we'll see what's after that. But anyway, it's just you cannot take sides. If you take sides, you're in trouble. I'll tell you what. And then you'll be gobbled up in that energy, and then you'll lose yourself, and you'll have to experience whatever there is to experience. If you take sides, this side or that side, it doesn't make any difference who wins anyway. It's still the same. It's just the world is going to reach a state how it's going to be, and it doesn't matter. Nothing matters actually, isn't it? So if you can relax, once you become free, nothing cares about it. Nothing matters actually anymore. You can never, it doesn't matter if you don't hear the news. It's probably the best thing you can do is switch it off. I hear it just every now and then just to see what's going on, but then I think, well, there wasn't much. They don't tell you anything anyway. They're probably full of lies. So you don't have to believe what all they're each one side's trying to put over their story over the other one, and you wouldn't know the truth. So, and that's what the world's full of, untruth, because this is the time of everything, of duality, So, but the thing is, eventually you can see, like in America, it's almost like they say in the elections, it's almost well balanced, isn't it? In the old days, it used to be the one, and then there was their turn, they'd go like that. But nowadays, there's duality, and it's just like no one's going to win, It's like one cannot win when there's duality, So, but we win in the sense we become duality, and that's we overcome. We won't become masculine or feminine. We won't be put in a label. These days, you'll see people don't want to be called male or female. They just want to be called beings. We're living beings. So I don't know. What do you teach at school? Primary school teachers, or do they teach I don't know whether they have the problem with kids now, but kids are so different now, aren't they? Yeah. You can see the education they're given. It's just not for them, they're too far ahead of everything, I was looking, I got a new little great grandson, and I was looking at his face the other day. I thought, my God, where you're from, Mars or wherever, he has such a beautiful round face and beauty, great big blue eyes and blonde hair, curly blonde hair. And I was thinking, where are you from? He just looked like way out of place, And it's quite interesting where those little souls are coming from. But he's just like I was, just an angel, never did anything wrong much. And so, but anyway, that's life, isn't it? So, and so they are trying to, they got all their life to go through, but these young children are coming with their new program, already programmed, you see. We have to make all this effort of going through all this junkyard, we've got all this junkyard in here, but when they left the body and they've come back, all their junkyard's been cleaned out, so they think, what are you talking about? Grandma, granddad, mum and dad, they're all stupid, I think they're already so far fast and so ahead of themselves, but that's what life is, isn't it, nowadays? Everything is at a lightning pace, Just think we've got 2 months to Christmas, basically, roughly, but just see what happens in this 2 months. You are going to be amazed. And then the 6 months after Christmas, you'll be even more amazed, because it's exponential, it's just going so fast. And you get the people who have all the powers that want to force people more and more down, and they get the people now going against them. So more and more light is coming. So the people that have those powers and want to control people and do everything, then to people, then they can't hide anymore. So there'd be so much light, people going, wow. So this is what's been happening to us, So, but it's really exciting. But as I said, just be a detached observer. Hop on your giant or owl or something, whatever you want as a pet, just ride around with that. It'll be your friend, they do have a name for it. I forgot what it is now. Came after like a Pahutakawa tree, but it's like a kawa, something Pahutakawa, but they have a name for it. It's like a pet animal you have that's your companion, and you can go through life like that. But it can be on an imagination line. Something kawa. Anyway, so that's the wonderful thing that we can look forward to. So when we go at nighttime, you'll see this happening, but you'll find that once you go, not to fear anything in the sense that fear is there, but you'll find it's nothing. It's just energy. You can go with your friend, or you can just go through by yourself. But in the end, you'll see your real imagination and that light that's there when you get to the bottom of this dark tunnel, and then you'll see your real self. Then truly you'll be free, and you'll be free of your fear. You'll be free of anything that stops you being your true self. And when you get back, it's not that you're going to be walking on water or something like that, or walking through walls, but you probably could if you want to do, I'm not sure. But the thing is, it's going to be such a wonderful life where you're just going to be relaxed. You don't have to do anything. You just have to shine that light. That's all you have to do for the universe. And the universe will look after you, in the sense of not the universe, but it's natural. Your natural samskaras of being benevolent to humanity. It's going to come back, isn't it? So it'll be just there. You don't have to shine your light on anyone in particular. If you really want to harm somebody, that's what you do. You say, oh, my grandmother's really sick. I'm going to send her a lot of this love and light. Don't worry, I've tried all this. So, but what happens is it makes them worse, because they were supposed to having their own experiences, and they're going through their stuff. You can shine your light by all means, but don't go forcing your light on anybody or anything. That's like painful. So you become such an individual that I call like when people go around hassling people like a pirates and rob them and give them a hard time. But anyway, so like ISIS or something like that, said that, or any religion is trying to force themselves upon you. And it's like even black magic, it's like when people do black magic, what they're doing is they're doing something against themselves. They don't realize everything you do in black magic and curses and all that is actually coming back on you. That's you creating it for yourself. it might hurt that person at that time, but everything's coming back, so you'll get all that back. And that's what happened. People are realizing so many things happening to me, but it's what they've done to someone else in their past births, so we've probably all had a crack at that. So and because we've been through everything, I mean, we've tried everything, but we have someone's probably gone and robbed us or done something bad to us, and we start, doing some black magic and something against them, but you're actually cursing yourself. A lot of problems come from that. People don't realize, and that's what we do when we go in our dream or down this into our darkness. We can just go and finish all that. You'll see that coming up, but you'll just accept it and say, and just go through it. Whatever it is, and you've never done anything wrong in your life. We've just been having experiences, that's all. But because we feel bad about it, oh, I did this maybe 5 births ago, maybe this karma is really bad, but that's just a belief system. There's no such thing as karma, really. Once you go beyond it, if you don't believe in it, it doesn't exist. It's really amazing, really. So karma is only for those who believe in it, or those who are practicing hurting each other, and that's different. They enjoy that game, But if you don't want to play that game, if you're free, then you're free from karma. It's just a thought. So it's wonderful. So, but it's all comes from that no more. That's it. No more. You don't have to say anything else. Just no more. Just think what no more means. If you sit and you say no more, I've had enough. No more. And just let it, and you'll feel the stillness, the silence around you will just start to come, and the soul will be there, and the feeling of the soul will be right with you. It'll be so loving to you, and you'll feel it. You won't get in your head. You won't say I love you, nothing like that. That's mind game, But when you say, oh, that's it, no more, and then you'll feel that soul through your heart. Beautiful, beautiful feeling, it's been waiting for how many births? Since forever, since we've been taking human births, for you to say that, so, and then you become free from everything. If you want, it's only what you want. If you don't want to do that, if you fear it's too much, I don't want to be free, then that's cool. There's another few million years to go, so it doesn't matter. So thing is, there's no such thing as time. So past, present, and future are in the now, so, and you can even have a birth in your past. It seems funny. I mean, I know we teach different things, but you can change your past in the now so that your future is good. So whatever happened in the past, when you see it, then you fix it, and then now that won't influence your now, and then it also heals the future as well, because your future is made from your past in the now, and that'll be your future, isn't it? So understand that. So whatever you've done in the past, you're experiencing now. Like all these energies are coming through. But now, if you want to change those energies coming through, then we need to go down that dark hole. I said, go down and just release them. You're just releasing them. So you're just giving them that light, that no more. I've had enough. No more. No more. So, and your soul is guiding you. So you've got to go through it though. So just through there, down this tunnel, and just releasing, just by allowing yourself to do it. And you can't be harmed in any way. There might be some really fearsome things might be jumping up at you. Maybe some caterpillars with big horns or something. I don't know, whatever you're feeling scared of, spiders, worms, But the whole thing is that they're there to fear you, because maybe whatever it is you fear will come there. But the whole thing, you just keep going through. So I see you, bye, and you're not affected. So, but if you're fearing to go there yourself, you can go with your friend, whether it's a dog or a cat or a bird or whatever it is. At least a bird, you can ride on a bird and fly, saves walking. So yeah, and it's like, and once you do this, the abundance, it just comes naturally. You don't have to ask for anything. Everything comes to you, because that's where you learn to love yourself and give to yourself. Remember early lessons I was teaching that first thing you have to do is learn to give to yourself. Now people say, oh, I can't do then I've got to give all my family. No, go and buy yourself something nice that you want. You don't need it, but you like. You know, it might be a nice pair of shoes or clothes or something. You know, but people, oh, that's a waste of money. But it's nothing to do with money. Money is just energy, you know. If you pay $100 for a shirt or $500 for a shirt, who cares? Money's got nothing to do with that, you see. That's lack of abundance. If you're talking about money and things you want to buy, that's lack of abundance. Yeah. So that's what we got to go past, all this lacking. I lack, you know. I haven't got enough money. I don't want to waste money on that. That's all lacking, you know. We talk about going to the golden age. The golden age is now, when there's no fear. That's when there's no fear. If you've got fear and you die, then you can't go to the golden age. It's not possible. You have to take another birth on the physical. So until you can go past that, until you decide that, yes, I want to become free of fear. And we're just showing how you go free from fear, is going into that fear, is that darkness. You cannot make anything, you can't even become enlightened properly until if you got fear there, because you'll be fearing becoming enlightened, you know. Some people couldn't even think that they're so dependent on others, and others are so dependent on them that they feel, oh, I can't leave them, you know, they might die without me. Well, that's good, because they're making your life miserable because you decide you want to be like that. But you have to take control of yourself. It's only you in this world, nothing else. If you depend on anyone else and anyone else is dependent on you and you're tied up like that, then you're just drinking each other's energy and you'll never become enlightened, because it's not possible, because you don't want to be. I mean, you're getting your happiness from whatever that is, you know. That's fixing you, they're giving you your fix, you know. And it seems like pretty hard and callous, doesn't it? But it's actually the only way it can be. If you want to help somebody, let them help themselves. It's part of their learning, you know. So people want to run out and help everybody, but the thing is, you just have to be here. Like we're an organization here, Brahma Kumaris, where people are coming and you just shine in your light. So we come, we have meditation, we have class. Well, they're not doing so much meditation classes these days because no one's coming, in the sense everyone's on the Zoom. But the whole thing is, it's like still the energy's here. You know, when we come, we have meditation. We come and have a 1 or 2 hour bhakti. It's so beautiful, that energy. It's really nice. People just come because there's no children here. There's just an educational place. You know, there's no, you know, and the whole thing is, it's just here for people to use, you know. This center here is for people to use. If you want to use, and come and sit in silence, silent energy, and just allow yourself to feel that beautiful energy and take the support of that, you know. That's what we're doing. We're walking past someone and they might take the support of your light without you even knowing, you know. So they just feel you walk past and they think, oh, that's what I should be doing, you know. They have that energy that we affect people like that. Okay. So there's a few firecrackers off, wake everybody up. That's one thing around here, they're selling firecrackers right across the road, you know. Yeah. And usually about 9:30, 10 o'clock, they must close up, so they let all these firecrackers and off and everything. Bang, 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 you know. Yeah, it is Guy Fawkes Day today, yeah. Yeah, so. But anyway, it's like a 400-year-old thing. I don't know when they first started, but the stupid English brought it over here with them for some reason. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? Now they're trying to sort of get it sort of banned, so they just have it in one place or something like that. But some people don't, and some people do, and you know, so some people get their hands blown. When we were kids, we had big bombs, you know, we didn't have little ones. So they were real, they were like dynamite, yeah, some of them. And in America, I mean in India, my God, they have real bombs. I don't know how, but nowadays they're like us, they've quietened the whole thing down, aren't they? You have to finish by a certain time. Yeah. Oh, they're trying that, are they? Oh, they have now? Oh, that's good, because I've been in India in the Brahma Kumaris. We would have in Diwali, they have all the fireworks. They must have spent God knows how much money, but they would fire a rocket amongst the people. How it never killed anyone, I'll never know. You could just see it going to people's heads, you know. Yeah, and they used to think that was funny, and I was thinking, oh my God, if someone did that to me, I'd go and sort them out. So, anyway, that's how it is, and it's good because they're trying to get it banned here too as well. I think because it's just ridiculous waste of money as well.
Yeah.
It's just it's pollution. Yeah, I mean when you think about the pollution, I mean one volcano does more than anything anyway. So but it's good fun. That's what I mean. Like you can't take sides, this one or that one, then you're going to have trouble. That's what I'm saying. Just observe and just shine your light. So whoever's making decisions makes the right decision. And that's what it's about. Same with the AI. So when people are doing their AI, so we're shining a light. They're going to use it for negative things. Someone was telling me once. You know how you got electric cars, and it's run off all the computer stuff and all that sort of jazz. They said how they're going to use it. You'll be driving down the road one day, and suddenly the car will stop, and then the little thing on your screen will come. If you want this car to keep going, you have to pay $500, and this is where you have to pay it. Wow, that'll be pretty interesting, won't it? So that's what they said. It's going to be like that. Anyone who's got a computer car, which is everyone who's got a computer car, all these screens. So it's just so interesting, isn't it? We're not even aware of what's going to happen yet. Yeah, but that's why we need to shine our light so that people are not going to use it too badly. I mean, it's going to happen because that's just human beings. It's only one or two that want to do that, but there's so many. I was talking to one of the guys comes here for a Saturday morning class, and he said now in their he's in the banking world. He says now we do not write a letter without it going through AI. No one's allowed to send any letter out without it's going through AI first. So they don't even write to anybody now, in the sense it's all done through the AI. It might have their name at the bottom of it, but it's just amazing. It's so quick, and that's like, imagine in another year what it's going to be like. I'll be selling, hey robot, hey mister, go and get my shoes or whatever. Give them a bit of a clean, will you? But yeah, so that's in 10 years. Oh, I mean, they say around 32, 33, there's something that's going to happen now. I think there's going to be some sort of a shift consciously. Because it's going to reach such a point, where more light is there than the dark. It will come more overbalanced, and then something will happen, I reckon. Because no one remembers, isn't it? So it's like you wake up one morning and you'll go, oh, well, feels good today. But people who are into wars and sorrow and they'll be waking up saying, oh, cool, let's get into it. But they'll be in a different dimension, So that's where it'll be. That's where the split comes. It'll be dimensional, and it'll be consciously conscious and awareness. So the whole shift will happen that way. So people who want that will live there, and people who want that will be living here. There'll be a natural shift and everything, because everything's just energy, isn't it? So consciousness is energy. So the shift will happen energetically. Okay, everyone's going to be blowing each other apart, going to war and doing all sorts of things, but there's going to be such a point where human beings will just sick of it. They said that's enough. That's when it's going to happen. And once they've made their adjustments, whatever they want, and once Europe's disappeared and half of Russia and China and America, whatever, they're going to blow each other apart. I don't know if we'll get to us or not. Maybe Australia might send a few rockets over. So who knows? Yeah, they'll probably send back all the Kiwis back home. They'll go, yeah, don't send too many back. The ship will sink. It's too much. But anyway, it's going to be. We just have to enjoy the whole situation, because the thing is, once you get involved in it, then you'll get stressed, but that's why you got to be on your side of the fence. We have our meditations. Always stick in your side of the fence before, and then you can just look across the fence from when you're in your fence in your backyard here, and then you can see, oh, okay, cool. Oh, there's so many beautiful things being made in the world now. You could see if they would only show us, And I've seen some sites, you can go to those sites and see them, I mean, they've got medical beds that can heal people, They've actually got them here already. You can just go and it's all on electronic stuff, and and it takes like 20 minutes. And you know, if you need to grow another leg, that might take it a few days, you know, but the general health, everyone can be completely healthy in about 20 minutes. So you just have to hop in there one of these 2 minutes every day just to recharge. So you never get old, you never get ill, you just keep living, you know. So, but they don't want to put those out too soon, you know, because everyone will be out of a job, you know. But you can see how advanced they are, you know, already, and all the energy and that has already been sorted, but no one can get it out because you've got to get past all those multinational companies that'll go suddenly go broke, you know, and everyone will be out of work. But then they have to learn to share everything, you know, where the abundance is for everybody, you know. It's like when you live on this earth, and those who are ruling it, you know, that are looking after the earth will be, you know, very beautiful people that are there for the people, you know. So there won't be any work. You'll be just, no one own anything in the sense that you'll have a car and you want to go somewhere, you just, your little robot will order you one in and you just go off and up on the car. There you go. I don't know if you take it with you or not. So when I get back, they said they'll be printing, 3D printing your meals, you know. It'll be so healthy for you because, you know, when you have a 3D printer, so what you would say, well, I have for breakfast, and then you'll just tell your robot what you want, and it'll just print out whatever you want. It'll take it's better than what we have today, and it'll be more beneficial for you. You know, it'll be just like that. And I didn't believe it, but 3D printing is really real, you know. Yeah, I didn't realize that how real it is. People actually 3D print a house, even, you know.
Even at school, we have.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's amazing. That's only like wow, you know. So many wonderful things are happening, you know. So, and it's just such an exciting time to be alive, you know. So you choose to be alive. That's the thing. Okay, I've had enough, but choose to live, you know, in abundance with the master. So and but you're through the body. So the body's important. So soul, the I am, the soul, the master, and the human are so important. You can't separate it. It's just that I am all. These four things. You can't say the body's separate, and you can't say the master's separate, and you can't say the soul is separate, and then the I am. So, and when you find at the end of the tunnel, you'll find your true God self, your godly self at the end of the tunnel, which will be, as I said, that light and the power of the imaginations. And that's when you'll truly be enjoying your life. Big time, you know. You won't, but no, I think there are more beautiful places which has now been created by people who lived here, and they've gone on to new worlds, different places, which we would call heaven, I suppose. Tick. I've written down a big class here, but I hardly spoke out much of it. I don't know why I wrote it, but it's sort of there. It goes into the subconscious mind somewhere, and then the soul. It's like I'm channeling my soul, I think. So that's where the wisdom comes from. So as you wisdomize all your wisdom, then it's like you just speak from the soul, you know, that how you feel and what you know, it just comes. And that's for everybody. It's not anyone in particular. We all have that ability. So, and that's what we're going to truly be loving ourselves. Okay. So we'll just have a bit of meditation, and I'll just guide down through this beautiful black hole that we're going to go through. So just so you can experience being there. So you can pick, just for instance, just before we go, just see you still sit in the imagination. Just pick your favorite animal that you would like to go down this hole with. It's going to be there, your friend and part of your family, part of you, you know, whether it's a cat or a dog or a bird or a dragon or anything. Can be a flying horse, can be anything, you know, what knows you more than you know it. So it's your friend. So just picture your dear friend, and you're flying, or you're just going into this beautiful whole great darkness. So this like going into the sky at night time when there's no moon. It's just like you're drifting into this beautiful blackness. It's a beautiful blackness. It's black only because we allow him to see it as black, but just go into there and just keep going through, and then you'll feel different energies that are coming to you, and it'll feel the fear. But just keep going through with you and your friend, and it's just like you're just drifting through that, and you're just becoming free of it. It just dissipates. It's just energy, and just keep going down this big tunnel. And this tunnel is quite dark. It's getting, as you go through more and more, you'll feel more fears. And as it's come to you, it will just dissipate because it can't harm you. It's might have been what you've been through, but it cannot harm you. It's just going to dissipate because you are now got this beautiful light with you, and you've got your friend with you that's guiding you through. And so just go down this tunnel further, and just keep drifting down, and whatever comes to you, just go through it. It's nothing. It's just energy. It's just like someone has a mirage, and it's just you go through that mirage, no matter how ugly it might be, no matter what it is, just drift on through with your friend and you, and just keep on going. And birth after birth, you'll be going through all these fears that you've come and tried to attack you with. And so just release them, just see, and you'll come to the end of the sort of, not the end of the tunnel, but you'll come to a tunnel where it's starting to get lighter and lighter and lighter. And that's where you start to find that your imagination is becoming so the I am. You'll come to see your true godly self, which is just this pure energy, radiant light that's there, and your imagination. And when you have these two, you have your whole creation in front of you. So, and when you see that, suddenly that whole darkness has disappeared, and your soul is free, and it's only full of light, and all your past births have been healed and cleaned and cleared, so that you are now the living example of all your past births, cleared and freed. So just experience yourself now back in this body, in this light. The light body is here, right inside me. And I'm the light body looking through these eyes, looking through these eyes as the master, the enlightened master. Because energy is here to serve you. So, and you just have to use it. You don't have to make any efforts. You just allow it to come. So now, with your imagination, whatever you imagine with your light, it is. You don't have to make any efforts. It is. That's it. Allow it to be. So you can have a healthy body and also have a sick body, but you can decide which one you want to live in. Oh, excuse me. I've got a sneezy body as well. So to feel, just go, and you'll find that the mind will become very peaceful, because now that knows that you are dealing with the feelings of your heart, and the soul is there, and your light body is there. Your light body, the master, deals with the soul. You deal with master. So you can ask the master anything, it will tell you. The master is all your past births. Okay, take a nice deep breath in. Feel that energy flowing in. Fill in your soul and every cell in your body, and freeze every cell of all stress, of all fear, and your body starting to glow and to be free of all fears, and learn to live in this life with what a beautiful joy to be alive, and that just shine that beautiful light, and let it be you that's shining that light, and you don't have to do anything else. If you cannot fail, you don't have to make any efforts. Whatever you do is perfect. You cannot fail in this. It's not possible to fail. Okay, take a nice deep breath in and let that energy flow into every cell and fill in every cell of your body, the whole 30 trillion of them. Because now that nitron body is disappearing and just this beautiful light body, which is all your chakras are gone now. So that'll be just a single light body. So it will be instant. Okay, Om Shanti, everybody. Love you all. So just enjoy your experience. Okay. So come on back into this body, into the body of the human. So as the light body, looking through those eyes, and you the human. So you're never alone. You've got the soul, the light body, the human, and the I am. So you're always a foursome. So, okay, Om Shanti, everybody. Love you all. Don't forget, love yourself and shine that beautiful light. Okay, bye.